Welcome to Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Welcome to Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Welcome to Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Did that get a little repetitive? Did that get a little boring? Did that get a little stale because I said that about 3 times? Well, that's the kind of feeling. That's the kind of vibe you get when you tune into Monday Night Raw, and it's not Suplex City, but it's more like Rematch City. I'm surprised that the WWE has not concocted or have not come up with some kind of plan where they have their own show called WWE Rematch, because every single week on Monday Night Raw, without fail, you're always seeing 1 or 2 of the same matches that we have already seen repetitively. Now, I wouldn't have a problem with rematches if there was a little bit of variety, if there was change, if there was a stipulation, if the WWE went in another direction, if things were unpredictable. But there is so many times where you can watch WWE programming. And then, you know what the worst part is here? Listen, the worst part is you see these matches over and over, time in and time out, and you know the outcome. You know what's going to happen. You know it's either going to be a disqualification, it's either going to be a run-in, or the match will end definitively with a winner, but then that outcome becomes the same, just like Cena wins and Orton wins. It gets to a point where it's like, how many times can you go through this repetition before you change the game? Because not only will you see a 3-hour Raw where you'll see the same song and dance, but then you go to the pay-per-view. I mean, how many times have you seen Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose? How many times have you seen Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns? How many times have we seen the combinations of those superstars against each other, even in tag team action? And now we're going to see it again at SummerSlam. How many times have we seen John Cena versus Seth Rollins? Now we're going to see it again at SummerSlam. Nothing really new, nothing unique, nothing that stands out, nothing that's extraordinary. And you could come on here and say, well, it's because it's the roster's thin. There's a lot of injuries. There's guys that are on bad terms with the WWE. Listen, the bottom line is, at the end of the day, right now the WWE has a pretty strong roster. I wouldn't say it's lackluster by any means. I would say it's better than decent. And, here's where the WWE needs to change things up. Imagine the world of wonders it could do for the WWE if John Cena were to turn heel. And, I know it's probably never going to happen, but it's something that's been rumored. It's been something that's been speculated upon for years and years, and yet the WWE, they either, they talk about it, they think about it, but they never actually materialize it into anything that, forms something, unique. Because if John Cena were to turn heel, can you imagine all the new feuds? Can you imagine all the intriguing programs? Can you imagine all the new matches that we have never seen? Because, well, quite frankly, John Cena's never turned. It's all the other wrestlers that are turning, but not John Cena. So, here on Sean's View Entertainment, I'm not going to come on here and complain about the PG era. I'm not going to come on here that we don't see blood and all this violence and girls in bikinis. I'm not going to come on here and complain that it's not as sexually oriented, or that they're not, shouting out obscenities or middle fingers or beer drinking. None of those things. One of my main problems is all these rematches, and then we see this transcend onto pay-per-view. Why would you pay even $9.99? And then not only to count Raw and pay-per-views, not only SmackDown thrown in there, but what about when you go to live events? It's the same match. It's the same thing. And why can't the WWE think outside the box? Why can't the WWE change the dynamic? I mean, even have some guys from NXT come up just to change the momentum, because you want to know why your ratings will go down is because the WWE has adapted a very simple formula: Rematch City. That's what the WWE is doing. And listen, I'm a WWE fan at heart. I'm a WWE fan through and through. And, out of all the things I could say, out of all the things I could criticize, out of all the things I could complain about, my biggest thing is this whole Rematch City. And once again, well, the depth of the roster isn't so great. And yeah, listen, I know it's not like it was in the early 90s or the Ruthless Aggression era. I know it's not even enough to probably even have a draft or a brand split or what have you. But it's enough where the WWE could turn the tide. They definitely could work with something, but they think, well, we're in this mode now where people are used to matches. It's simple. It's a formula that works, although it doesn't really work because the ratings are showing otherwise. So, this is just something that bothers me when I tune into Monday Night Raw and I'm going to say, oh, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins again. Boy, we've never seen that one before. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Boy, we've never seen that one before. I don't know. It's just... It's not a huge problem, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed and issued. I mean, how can you be a Vince McMahon or a Triple H or a creative writer and say, you know what, we've thrown this match already 5 times. We're going to throw it for a 6th time, and it's going to be on pay-per-view this time. I mean, like I said, if they were to add variety, if they were to go in a different direction, if they were to change up the winner of the match, the complexity of the match, the build of the match, but it's really the same motion, and there needs to be a time where you say, okay, it's time to do something different. That's all I'm asking for, is something different. Your comments, your opinions, subscribe.